Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the CJ. Welcome back, episode 21 of the Be Easy Reef. We're starting off right with an unboxing on the kitchen table, bright and early. Package arrived at 11:37, and we are opening a box of corals from Indig Corals. Now, it's going to be a sponsored pack for the tank. Going to help me replace some of the things I lost over the last month or so during the tank mayhem, and then opportunity to try some corals I've never had the chance to, try out before. So we're going to take a dive into that here in a moment. But first, take a quick behind the scenes look at some of the facility. Quick sneak peek. I was, lucky enough to have them send this over to me all the way in California, and tons of tanks, tons of corals that they probably need to add to their website because they had way more than I even realized after looking at their site. So, and make sure if you haven't noticed, bottom of the screen, got a nice promo code for you guys to take advantage of. Just put Be Easy in when you go to checkout on the site, and you get buy one, get one half off. And once you see the site, you're gonna realize it's already some of the cheapest prices that you probably can find online. But now you get to get a, coral half off. So really can't beat it. Make sure you guys take advantage of the promo code. Now, for those that were curious, stop by indigocorals.com. I will put the website link in the description and in the comments, so that way you can find it easier. Give it a scroll, see if you like something on there. What I will tell you right away that you will notice is going to be very, very cheap prices. $10 frags, $20 frags. They do have some higher end, LPS and different things that may cost you a little more, but throw the Be Easy coupon on it and just get busy, guys. There's nothing to wait. Go check it out. And as far as what's in my pack, honestly, I gave them an idea of what I wanted, but I really didn't know what they were going to send. So, as I go through this unboxing, it was actually my birthday the same day. So it was kind of a mini present. They didn't know it, but I got to go through and kind of be surprised as far as what came, the quality of the corals, how they were looking, super clean. Packaging was nice. And then as far as how they had these little cups with the little floating on the inside, really kept the coral sturdy, kept them safe. So at this point, wasn't too much more to do. Throw these guys in the sump, let them temperature acclimate. This is an important process I do with any corals that are shipped. Just make sure that the temperature's right. Then we go the next step, getting them open, giving them a quick inspection to make sure there's no damage or nothing right out of the gate that could be an issue. Throw them in the Simply Aquatics dipping container. And then I'll also mix a little bit of the tank water. So I kind of do a, 1/3 existing tank water with the water from the bag. So that way it already gives them a little chance to kind of get used to the tank's parameters before I give them a dip and inspection and, my normal routine when it comes to trying to keep the tank pest free. But for the most part, guys, I didn't really see anything on these corals worth noting. And I'll show you guys here in a moment what it looks like. So, but if you're wondering, how many corals can you fit in the Simply Aquatics dosing container? 16 pieces. I don't know how they got 16 pieces in that box, 16 different containers, but somehow they got it packed, no water leaking, no damage to any coral in here, including the pectinas. I've never had those corals before. They are a little fragile. If you, try to break them, they will break easily. So the fact that I had no broken corals during shipment all the way from California, pretty good testament to their shipping methods and however they do it. So as you can see, this is going to be pre-inspection. And for those who are not familiar with saltwater or, how corals look when they come out of the box, it's not real pretty. There's no actinic lighting. Half of them are kind of ticked off from, being shipped across the country. Half of them are not open, but it's to be expected. What I'm looking for is just damage to tissues, broken skeletons, anything that looks like it's just not going to make it. Once all of that's good, just hit it with a little bit of Revive Coral Cleaner or Coral Dip. This has kind of been my go-to. I've probably used Revive exclusively for the last 10 years in the hobby. Really haven't used anything else because I really haven't felt the need to. So it's going to be my last inspection step, pulling the corals out of the coral dip and just giving them one more look over with the naked eye. And as you can see, corals are pretty ugly, outside of the water. I can't lie to you guys. It's not very impressive looking at corals outside of the water. That's why I couldn't wait to get them in the tank, even, for the first impression of how they look. And it wasn't long before they started opening up. I normally acclimate my corals on the sand bed, leave them down there for a day or so, give them a chance to open up so I can really start kind of visualizing the master plan when it comes to where I'm going to place these corals, how they're going to fit into the scheme, and Honestly, with my tank already being semi-full and plans for adding more corals after this, I really had to rethink my master plan. And it ended up, involving making some moves, making some changes, and making some room for future corals I planned on adding. So, this is the fun part. This is the part where you put your hand in the tank and then time just literally melts away. As I'm going through this process, you're literally going to watch my tank go from daylight to night during this entire time to give you a real idea of just how long this takes. I mean, you're looking at around an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of, putting the arm in the tank, setting back, looking at it, visualizing it. Oh, I don't like this. Let's get some super glue. Let's pop this off. Let's put this back in place. Oh, let's go ahead and redo the entire area below the Duncan, create a brand new garden down there. And that's not enough. Let's clear out some space on the SPS arch, accidentally breaking off corals that are encrusting. It's pure mayhem when it comes to adding corals to your tank. But the finished result, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, guys. This is going to be literally right after I got done gluing things in place. So things are still a little ticked off, still a little mad, but we're going to give it a day or so, and I'll show you guys the final result. And we have finally arrived at day 2, post maintenance in the tank, getting things glued, corals being angry, and we finally have a little bit of life, a little bit of puffiness, a little bit of, the new guys opening up and kind of showing some of their full potential. And I gotta tell you, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really the main goal was taking these new additions and helping to balance out the tank. I had a lot of movement on the left side. I really needed to address the lack of movement on the right side of the archway. So I was able to take advantage of the new pieces, and it included some additional torches, some additional hammer corals, an additional piece of Duncan coral. All of those were placed on the right archway to kind of give me some additional movement over there. And it definitely, once they grow in, it's gonna definitely take care of what I wanted over here. So, you're also gonna keep in mind, it's not just movement I was looking for, it was colors. So I made sure that I spaced out any of the brighter colors, any colors that were too similar to each other. I had to make sure I spaced those out as well. Now, I know it's daylight on the tank. It's really hard to kind of catch the fluorescence during the day with this camera, but I gotta tell you, in person, tank looks awesome. As far as the colors, it literally looks like I took a bag of Skittles and threw it in the system. Now, a major change I made was gonna be below the Duncan coral. All I had down here was a bubble coral that was very similar color. So I went ahead and broke up all of that similar color with different Blastos, A-cans, and that really nice piece right below the Duncan. It's kind of a rainbow A-can, really, really nice piece. And then we added, like I said before, a few different pieces for movement, gold hammer, and then we have the blue tip hammer, purple torch, and we also have a gold torch along with the Space Invader Pectinia up top. The green version, the purple version, I've tucked somewhere else in the rock work. But I mean, it's just coming along, guys. Now, is this going to be completely safe for now? Yes, but I am aware things are packed tight, and as coral warfare breaks out, I'm going to have to get in here and pop things off, remount them, move them around, make things happen. But I'm hoping that, my experience with flow in a reef tank and using flow to help dictate where sweepers go is going to help allow me to kind of get away with some of the dangers that may be looming with having corals packed so tight. And then as far as the open spots, we're going to get those things packed in as well. Additional acros, additional SPS are definitely going to be added to the system as well. So as you guys can see, definitely got movement everywhere. That Space Invader Pectinia is something I've never had before. Really hope that thing grows out. And I'm just really digging just how the tank's looking. Now, for those that were curious, kind of, what's next? What's going to be the master plan? Well, honestly, guys, I pretty much filled out a majority of the areas I wanted to fill out. Hammer gardens completely, chuck full. I have different corals in between, like some brighter zoanthus to kind of break up anything that may be bare rock. And at this point, it's just kind of filling in what's left. So, we're going to focus on mainly acros and SPS corals on the top part of the tank. So once I get those added in here, turning on the blues is probably going to be my next favorite view of the system. During the day, it really helps me enjoy the fish in the tank. Haven't had a chance to go over my livestock and stock list in the system, but we have almost 20 fish in here and lots of movement, lots of color, and we'll break that down in a future video. But when it comes to the corals in the system, we are pretty much almost at the point of, being fully packed again, and I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to getting to the point to where I don't have to put my hands in the tank anymore, gluing corals, mounting things, moving them, and just letting things kind of stabilize, letting things mature, and just keeping things simple. That's pretty much all I've done for the last few weeks. I've kind of stopped tinkering. I've stopped dosing anything. No more bacteria in a bottle, no more aminos, no more phyto, nothing. I have just fed the tank, water changes, calc, watch parameters, and just kind of let the tank do what it does. And what do you know? Keeping things simple is usually a good thing, right? So I think it's going to be a good point to kind of wrap this video up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the quick tank tour. We're going to dive a little deeper into this in future updates. And if you want more exclusive updates on the daily, make sure you slide over to my Instagram, CJ's Aquariums. I post there almost daily, definitely a few times a week. Many updates on the tank, live streams. Go, follow, don't miss out. And as always, hey, you guys can like, comment, subscribe. You guys keep doing what y'all do. Y'all be easy and happy reefing. Peace.